not chapter yet. Okay. So chapter is coming from, so first chapter, right? First chapter is reason, press the press the Buddha for the teaching, the theory of dependent origination. So this goes to, so we will, whatever problem there are in the world have ignorance as its root. That ignorance you taught is destroyed by perceiving dependent arising. Given that, how then to the intelligent fail to comprehend the path of dependent arising is the very crux of your teaching. That being so, how could anyone find a more wondrous reason to press you or protector than for teaching dependent arising? With method of instruction is more marvelous than that which teacher, whatever dependent upon cause, is void of inherent existence. The next one is in the sutra. This is from the sutra, not from the Lama Tsongkharpa. Whatever arises from causes does not arise inherently. That which relies on cause is said to be empty. Whatever understands emptiness is cautious. So this is chapter Lama 1. Now, explanation of the words. Stanza number 1. So, whatever problem there are in the world, right? So when we talk about problem, we have many different kinds of problem, right? Mainly comes to 2 points: external problem and internal problem, right? There are so many different kinds of problem, but all comes to 2 points: external problem and internal problem. So there are so many problems. External problem. So you can see the problem in the world, natural disaster, all these storms, whatever, many problems. So who created this problem, all this natural disaster, and internal problem, right? Internal problem we are talking about. Internal problem is mainly here talking about ignorance. Ignorance. So ignorance is not understanding internal reality. It means not understanding yourself. We talk about self, but you cannot understand yourself unless you understand the nature of the self. You know what I mean? So not understand the what we call ignorance of the reality. So appearance and the reality, isn't it? Appearance, so many different kinds of appearance. There are many appearance. All appearance and reality. Our mind split. Appearance one side and reality the other side. Whatever appears to our mind, we cannot see the reality of the appearance, oneness, or the inseparable. So therefore, that too hard.
That's right, yeah.
Really strong innocence. There's very strong innocence. That ignorance is called the fundamental ignorance, right? Ignorance And this will, because ignorance brings you attachment and anger. You see something good, attach. You don't like angry or stuff like that. So through ignorance we can see all this attachment and anger arises. Then attachment and anger arises, then all other afflictive emotions, right? 6 root delusions, 20 secondary, all this mainly coming from ignorance. So once we understand the only dependent origination can understand to dispel the ignorance, right? So first we are talking about dependent origination of cause and effect. We'll understand the law of causality. You know what I mean? When you understand the law of causality, it means you are able to control the grosser level emotions. Roughly, gross level of emotions controlled by the understanding law of causality. It means you become moral person, and understanding right and wrong between virtues and non-virtues, right and wrong, 10 virtuous actions accomplish, non-virtuous action you will abandon. So you become moral person, and once you discipline that one, then all the grosser levels of emotion subside. Then deeper we have to go understanding of the dependent origination of whole and parts. Now this is like, if you understand yourself, right, you have to understand who you are, right? Who you are. I am base of designation, and designated object is whole and parts. So whenever we see something, person or whatever, always see something independent, not coming from whole and part, not something like independent existence. Independent existence means normal time, no problem. Nobody criticizing me, no problem. If somebody criticizes me, or somebody says something very nice to me, then independent existence, I, appears to our mind, very vividly. You can pinpoint this. Oh, I am so bad, pinpoint that kind of. So therefore, so that understanding this will self does not exist from the independently or existing from the side of the object. Is first you have to, in order to understand that one, you have to first base very good, right? Base is moral, so you control all the grosser emotions. On the basis of this morality, easy to meditate, not much distraction, less agitation, less distraction. So when you meditate, your mind becomes firm, calm, steady. So nothing, something saying something will not affect your mind. So you can have base, concentration, good for any object. Once we have good concentration, then this will open our mind, clear our mind. We make mistake because mind is not clear, usually, right? Because when the mind is dominated by emotion, affiliated emotions, it's not clear. So when the mind is calm, clear, and this will open your nature of the mind, clarity of the mind. So clarity of the mind is what we are talking about, right? We have to clear mind. because we dispel the confusion of the mind. So clear mind, then so clear mind, then we can understand what is dependent origination and what is empty of dependent origination. So it means there's no contradiction between dependent origination and emptiness. Like, so when emotion arises, it's dependent origination because it comes from cause and condition, not coming from outside. You know what I mean? Then you understand dependent origination of the emotions, dependent origination, and then it coming from cause and condition because it is empty of inner existence. So then you can make this dependent origination and emptiness. And will dispel the how can I say, dispel the two extremes. You will not go to the extremes. Most of we going to extreme, right? Something very good happen, extreme. Very bad happen, extreme. We go extreme. So understanding dependent origination will bring your mind to the middle class because it cut two, right? Absolutism and nihilism. So then understanding this will help you to dispel the ignorance. So this is why first meaning. Now the second verse is, so there are two types of person, generally speaking. Maybe I can say like this. Two types of job, right? Easy job and difficult job. Everybody can do easy job, easy. But difficult job, what you need? Intelligence, skill, right? So right now, this one, understanding emptiness, dependent on anything is difficult job. Because not everybody can talk about dependent origination, right? It's difficult job, but if you understand, you can sacrifice this difficult job. Because it is worthwhile to sacrifice to this difficult job. First, it will plant a good seed. Just even if you don't understand, just hearing about dependent arising, emptiness, will plant the seed. That seed will ripen sooner or later or in the future. Secondly, not only planting the seed, we have understanding about the dependent origination, right? We know what is the meaning of the dependent origination. Patiya samandapati. In Sanskrit, patiya means dependent, samutapati means relying. So, relying relationship between cause and effect. Relying each other, So it means depending each other. No independence, So in Sanskrit, relationship between cause and effect. Right? Depend each other like whole and part. So that meaning of the dependent origin. So therefore, no matter how Buddha taught teaching, right? 84,000 teachings. And for all, finally comes to the point understanding dependent origination. So we don't have to study all these texts, Just this text, small text, will teach you all the Kangyu, Tengyu, Sumbum. Sumbum means all the in. Kangyu means speech of Buddha, right? Tengyu is the Indian master, 212 volumes. And the Sumbum is the maybe 20,000 Sumbums from many, many masters, like Lama Tsongkharpa, Nyingma, Kagyu, all masters have many, many Sumbums. all are teaching on dependent origination and emptiness. So we have to understand, right? So therefore, dependent origination is essence of Buddha's teaching. Essence of Buddha's teaching. Because all the Buddha's teaching based on dependent origination. Four Noble Truths, 12 links of interdependent origination. Whatever teaching based on dependent origination. So, was then the fourth. How could anyone find? Now, pressing dependent origination is the best way to press the Buddha, There are many different ways to press the person, right? Buddha. Lama Tsongkharpa didn't pay Buddha because you are so rich, you are wealthy, you are king. No. Because you are king of India, you have wealth, you have power, We can press that way, but didn't pay that way, There are many different ways to press the Buddha, right? You have good qualities, you are wearing nice clothes, you are speaking nice, so you such and such, right? So, but the best way of pressing the Buddha is you teach incredible speech, which is dependent origination. Because dependent origination is incredible teaching, only dependent origination will dispel the ignorance. That's the incredible teaching, If we have no ignorance, no pain, no suffering, nothing, we are in the right. So we realize that ignorance is mistaken mind, right? So mistaken mind and dependent origination is right and valid mind. So how can this mind go together, right? Mistaken mind and valid mind cannot go together. One mind opposes each. Ignorance mind opposes dependent origination. Dependent origination mind opposes ignorance. So these two contradictions, just like light and dark. Dark is like ignorance, light is like dependent origination. So this is the Lama Tsongkharpa saying best way to press is Buddha is because you speak dependent origination. With methods of this instruction more marvelous than that which teach whatever dependent upon cause is empty of inner existence. So this is very good reason. Whatever depend on cause, right? Cause and condition. So first, I can say like this. This is very good teaching. So first, emotion depend on cause and condition, right? Any emotion depend on cause and condition. Then when it depends on cause and condition, second level is cause is impermanence or permanent. We have first depends on the cause. Second, analyzing whether this cause is impermanent or no, changeable or unchangeable cause. And third, and then if it coming from the how can I say impermanence or the product, one product or many products produce that cause, right? If this cause is created by, from Buddhist perspective, right? There's no creator, right? No creator, right? It's not created by creator. What kind of potential has this course? So we are talking about in this. Remember, I mentioned about this sutra, life-setting sutra. So you know what I mean. Manjushri, Bodhisattva, Maitreya, Shariputra of the all asked Buddha this question, you know. Did what do, and Buddha answered the question: due to existence of these that arise, due to production of that is produced. You know, then cause. so five quality of the cause. First, depending on the cause. Second, analyzing cause, impermanent or permanent. If it is impermanent, in one cause or many causes, it's not created by externally, right? What is the potential? So then you see ignorance. Now ignorance coming cause and condition, because not understanding the reality, right? So that's wrong perception. So this wrong perception not coming from one cause, but many causes and conditions, right? And then have potential to make pain and suffering for us. As long as we are dominated by ignorance, then we will suffer in the cycle of existence. So then we understand, oh, now the dependent origination is king of reasoning. King of reasoning. Because there are 5 reasons for the emptiness, syllogism. Among the 5, best reason is dependent origination, because it's king of reasoning, because it only destroys the ignorance. Remember, this is the first chapter, right? What is the first chapter? Reason why Buddha pressed the dependent origination. Now we have to understand the meaning of this chapter, right? Meditation. Meditate on that chapter, right? So first, we have to visualize Lama Tsongkharpa, right? Tsongkharpa. So first, we invite Lama Tsongkharpa from the Tushita Pure Land, right? So Tushita Pure Land, and then here cloud comes, and then we invite Lama Tsongkharpa, and when we invite Lama Tsongkharpa, he will come like this. Buddha is Buddha, right? So then first he's sitting on the lotus cushion, on top of lotus cushion, moon, sun cushion, and flat. And then Lama Tsongkharpa sit on the flat cushion. And his right hand is his main disciple, Gyatso Rinpoche, and his left hand is his disciple, Gedun Rinpoche. And his clear image of Lama Tsongkharpa. And now his color is little bit like red and white color. So the great meaning, red red bodhicitta. White bodhicitta. You know what I mean? So that symbolizing Lama Tsongkharpa. Color white, little bit red, symbolizing white bodhicitta and red bodhicitta, like two bodhicitta. I can say conventional bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. So red symbolizing wisdom realizing emptiness bodhicitta, and white conventional bodhicitta. So his color like this, symbolizing. Now his hand gesture like this, teaching mudra, but this hand palm seeing each other like this, teaching mudra. Right? So that's symbolizing two truths, conventional and ultimate truth. So Lama Tsongkharpa simultaneously realize true truth together. Not like us. When we realize conventional, we will not realize ultimate. But because his mind is omniscient mind, so realize true truth together. Now his two hands, generally speaking, symbolizing sutra and tantra. You know what I mean? Sutra, you will receive from the teaching sutra viewpoint, teaching, transmission, and commentary. Tantra, empowerment, transmission, and initiation, right? Sutra. So two hands symbolizing Sutrayana and Tantrayana. Now his right is sword, like sword. And his left there is the volume text. The sword, so that will symbolizing wisdom, realizing emptiness, will cut the ignorance. So that text is Pajana Paramita text. So if we study, we reflect, we meditate, we will become like sword and we'll cut our ignorance. So this symbolizes. So now we invite Lama Tsongkharpa and visualize, okay, for a couple of minutes. Okay. Now we visit Lama Tsongkharpa, right? So here is white, his crown is white om, and throat red heart blue om. Okay. So now from Lama Tsongkharpa's crown, right? So we already visualize white light or white nectar which comes to your crown. Okay. And then that white light and nectar come to your crown and absorb into your body. Then from your absorb immediately another white light, white nectar and light, radiate white light and white nectar, and turn into the atom of nectar and light. So each atom of nectar and light transform to Lama Tsongkharpa's infinite body. So that turn into the light and send back to the Lama Tsongkharpa's pure land. And then Lama Tsongkharpa send all blessing to us, and that blessing absorb into your body, and your body completely filled with the wisdom of the Lama Tsongkharpa's holy body's quality. So first, visualize white light coming from Lama Tsongkharpa's crown to your crown. And absorb into your body. Then from that, immediately another white light and nectar which turn into the Lama Tsongkharpa's infinite body. From that infinite body, the white light and white nectar, you can send this nectar to the Lama Tsongkharpa's pure land. Then the Lama Tsongkharpa's pure land send all the blessings of the Lama Tsongkharpa's infinite quality of his body. And you and all sentient beings completely purify our ignorance and imprint of afflictive emotions. Me and sentient beings body become like Lama Tsongkharpa's body. And this is the blessing of the Lama Tsongkharpa's body. Now your body become very pure. And now from Lama Tsongkharpa's throat, red light and red nectar which absorb into your throat. throat. From that red light and that light emanate. And transform into Lama Tsongkharpa's mantra. Umaguru, which is the infinite mantra, fill all the space. Umaguru, which is the Samadhikiti Siddha mantra. And then that mantra you send back to the Lama Tsongkharpa, pure land. And Lama Tsongkharpa very pleased and send back blessing of the mantra. You and the sentient beings completely purified. Negative speech. And your and sentient beings speech became like Lama Tsongkharpa's speech. Now Lama Tsongkharpa's heart, blue light and blue nectar which slowly come to your heart. And that light and nectar turn into the infinite mantras, all the light, fill all the space. And send this mantra to Lama Tsongkharpa, pure land. Lama Tsongkharpa very pleased with this offering, send back blessing of the mind, omniscient mind. You and sentient beings mind became like Lama Tsongkharpa, omniscient mind, clear. We will recite mantra 21 times with this blessing. Om Guru Vijayadhara Samadhikiti Siddhi. 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 Kidesede Om Guru Vijayadhara Samadhikiti Siddhi. 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 Om Guru Samadhikiti Siddhi. Om Guru Vijayadhara Samadhikiti. Om Guru Vijayadhara Samadhikiti Siddhi. Om. Dedication. Jada Vada Jaja Shabhada Jada Yara Gushalan Kiwa Jade Nagi Jitaba Damja Dube Jaju Jamu Karera Vegu Shingade Bena Deva Malu Jere Dewa Dede Jazo Ye Jabe de mano de you. The balana mebe de mana jama de dalame. Giva de adoa maluma sinye nama de benyoro. Nedraji be namgra giva ya de zo de ye de ye de. Deba mela male de bana lo do do je de benyoro. Deba reje jo ye ma jama jam ya nyamra jo be jo. Jingje chebe ye ra giva ye bende de se wa. Whatever some of which is gather compostating offering becoming which all of the shit at the Java essence of the please light of cycle. It is solely from the colors of one another coming. Thus I dedicate wherever every sentence brings me be careful future power. Now I dedicate the ritual I gather for the teaching with prayers and one other one with my heart going with one. Okay, 1:30, right, 1:30.